Hi there. Well, I finished another sketchbook. My urban sketching Stillman Birn Delta series, to be more exact. It started May 4th of this year, and I finished it on July 8th of this year. So this one I bought, as you'll probably see from my other sketchbook tours. I like this size because I can easily put it in my pocket. I even have a sling bag that's pretty small, but it fits this, and my little thing of watercolors and a water brush. So it's perfect. There's no excuse. It's 3.5 by 5, I believe. I always forget. I don't know why. But this is the Delta, so it's off-white. So it started like this. I usually use the first page to put in something to do with, the season. I have my contact details with my business card on the back in case it gets lost. And then I have sheets of glassine in case I'm using something that I don't want to have transfer. But this started new sketchbook May 4th. I went to the above ground sidewalk sale, and then I treated myself to London Fog, and I don't know if I've said where it is. I think it's called Carbon Ink. It's on Baldwin Street, and it was really, really good. I sketched some plants that they had sitting there. And this one is of an alley behind Queen Street near McCall. This is Hart House, where I got married, and where I spent almost all of my undergrad and my grad there on the art committee. And nice little cafe up front. They've redone the whole front campus, so it's really beautiful. It's starting to look really beautiful. Yeah, so this was for an urban sketching meetup on, I didn't actually put, I normally put the date. Anyways, it was probably beginning of May. And then this was, yes, it would have been. This is St. James Park, near where I live. And the tulips are out, so I just kind of captured those really quickly. And the fountain. And then I did our dinner at Mortarino on Adelaide. It was our anniversary dinner, so that was May 14th. This is just, I was sitting at Deneen and just did a quick sketch of people sitting out. It was freezing cold that day though. It's May 17th. And then pint of Magner's cider. And then we're just sitting at yet another cafe out in the West End on Brock Street, and this is an old apartment complex. So I just quickly sketched that. And same weekend, we went to Jason George, which is kind of our local pub, and sat out on the patio. This, I took myself off for a day on Friday and just explored the West End. So I started at Shy Coffee, and then I saw that there was a performance at St. Andrew's church at noon hours, so I walked over to that at King and Simcoe, a violinist and a pianist. This was done on Wellington Street. I quickly sketched this. I added the color later because time was getting on. I wanted to get to this performance. And then that same weekend, was it the same weekend? Yeah. I went, Urban Sketchers had a meetup in North York, and this is Gibson House, an old farmhouse that's now a museum. And it was open doors that weekend as well, which is a thing that's not just in Toronto. It's usually in the end of May, the last weekend of May in Toronto, and all sorts of places that not necessarily open to the public during the rest of the year open their doors. And this is St. Paul's Basilica inside that I took or that I sketched on May 28th. And then this is Cube House that a friend had shown pictures on Instagram of the cube houses in Rotterdam, and I said, oh, I know of one that was inspired by that in our city, so I promised her I would do a sketch of that. And then on June 2nd, I had a hospital appointment, and I walked home and sat at a really nice French bakery. Had a nice patio, and it's across from College Park. And so I sketched that, and I can't remember what the name of the cafe was. So this is Rosetta McLean Park, which we really love. It's a park out in Scarborough, and it has some beautiful trees, like really different trees, and some really beautiful annual planters, and then they have like a whole rose garden. It's really pretty. And then the next day we sat and had coffee at a garden center that's also a cafe on Queen Street before we went to an art sale that was happening in the park. This was just a really quick sketch of somebody at Starbucks at Young King while I was waiting, and that's the Starbucks itself. It was surprisingly empty that day. I don't know why. June 9th. And this is Rosetta Gardens again. I wanted a spread of that, and I don't know why. This one is June 3rd. I guess we went back. Yes, we went back on June 10th. And I did this sketch. And then I sat at a Starbucks at Queen and John and sketched this after going to Above Ground, which is up the street. And then more coffee and more sitting. Sitting outside Black Canary on Sherburne Street, and when they had a huge crane set up for condo nearby. And then this is Dookie York Pub, which I spent many days at while I was at university nearby. And this was a huge ship. There's a sugar refinery nearby, just down at the foot of Jarvis. And this is where Sugar Beach is. And so they have, it's a man-made beach, it's not a real beach, but they have these really cute pink umbrellas and Muskoka chairs down there for people to sit. And so I sketched that June 17th. And on June 18th, I sketched Victoria College, or part of it, and people having a picnic. This is Berkeley Castle, which is near us. That was June 19th. They're old warehouse buildings. And then that was just a quick sketch setting up at Riverdale Park for East End Arts outdoor figure drawing on June 15th. It says? No, June 25th. And then we were sitting having a cheese and beer flight at the Avery, or Long Slice Brewery. They had teamed up with a French-based bakery, which I'll put below if you're in Toronto, because they are amazing. And this, we went back, there's the name of the concierge lab. We went the next morning and had breakfast there, so that was a really nice sour cherry Danish, I think, or plum. And then I did a quick sketch of their fireplace inside. It's in a really nice old house. And then I experimented with a pink pencil back in St. James Park for the Canada Day celebration. More Jason George sitting and drinking. And then Distillery District has a the Lavazza Interconnectivity Film Festival, an Italian film festival, mostly Italian films, and that was June 5th, but I was really sick when I did that. And then this was a meetup at the Distillery District as well, and that was June 8th, Urban Sketchers, and so this was Mill Street Brew Pub there, and I used new gouache sticks that I found on Amazon, thanks to a couple other illustrators, and that was this terracotta color in the green. And that's it. That's just me trying out different pens, and then at the above ground sale there is a clearance for a set of Derwent metallic pencils that were missing some, so I just swatched them out while I was sitting, and that's it. That's May 4th to July 8th. There you go. And there will be more. I have switched to a new sketchbook, so that will be really exciting. So far, I'm not sold on it, and which is good because I got it in LA, and I'm not sure that I would be able to get the same sketchbook here. So I think I will be going back to the Stillman and Birn probably, but stay tuned for that. Thanks so much. Follow me on Instagram, and you'll be able to see all of my pictures up close, and usually pictures of where I was when I was sketching. All right, thanks so much. Bye.